Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and hope you guys had a good weekend. If you watched the Super Bowl, uh, at least it was a great game. I thought the Bengals were going to force overtime, which because so many games went into overtime these playoffs, but alas, it didn't. Um, but some big news came out this weekend about with the Durham report and how the Durham report. Here it goes. It goes. Clinton campaign lawyer gave sensitive Trump data to CIA and special counsel claims. And I'm going to go through this story in more detail. I'm just going to read some of these articles. But this is a good opportunity to take. And I want to show the bias in the media. Okay. When they want to shut down Fox News, and to the extent that they have done with like Newsmax and OANN, this is why it's very dangerous that they do this. Here is CNN. Okay, as you could see, if you look here through the headlines, nothing. There is not one story here about the Durham report being released. Okay, it should be big news, but it's not here on CNN. I less expected it to be on CNN. I mean, on MsNBC. So nothing on MsNBC. Not one article. You could keep going down. There's other stuff going on here, and nothing on the Durham charges that were filed. Here's ABC. Once again, nothing. Okay, nothing on it. Here's CBS. Once again, you could see for yourself, there's not one article on the report being released. This should be big news, but it's not there. Here's the New York Times. Close out some of these. Here's the New York Times. Okay, nothing in the main section. Here, let's even go to politics. Let's see, this should be at least in the politics subsection. Let's see. And you could see, once again, nothing. It's politics. This should be a big story in politics. Nothing. Here's the Washington Post, where the democracy dies in darkness. The irony of this is the darkness of this story. No story. Here, nothing again on this story. Here, once again, let's click on politics. Let's see. Nothing on this stories. Oh, wait, Trump's unusual lawyerly response to, okay. So as you can see, nothing. Okay. And that's the problem. Nothing. And here why I think it's Fox News or especially let's say Fox News, you have a bigger budget. Here's Univision, okay? On their headlines, nothing. Okay. Why, for me being Puerto Rican, I want my people to see that they don't have, look here, it's no, come here. Let's, for the people who don't speak Spanish, it goes here. Investigators say que okay, has nothing to do. This has nothing to do. It's about the January 6th. Here again, nothing. Nothing about the Durham report. Nothing. Okay. And I clicked on politics. Here's Telemundo, another Spanish. Nothing. Nothing on. Okay. Let me see. Where's the politics here? Come on. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Nothing. It's about Trump, but it's nothing about the Durham report. So here, finally, Fox News. Media hit with brutal reality check after Durham's Clinton campaign bombshell on Russia and Trump. This is their headline. But this is what's wrong with the media. This should be under. They should, even if it's just one little article, it should be there. If and it should at the very least be in the politics section. Okay, but there's no reporting on it. Why? Because they're covering for their side. For as much as they complain about Fox News, here's a big story they're not doing any reporting on. Why? Because if the implications are true, there's a lot of people that are going to, especially if Clinton decides to talk and take people down with her. There's a lot of people that could go down for this. Not only did they spy here, here is from here. Not only did they spy on Trump as a campaign, here goes. Durham alleged in a court filing that Michael Sussman, a cybersecurity lawyer who worked for the Clinton campaign, met with the CIA in February 2017 to provide the agency with a dossier of purported computer links between Trump and Russia. Sussman obtained the sensitive data from a tech executive whose firm monitored web traffic for the White House Executive Office. Rodney Jaffe, the executive, exploited the White House data as well as that of Trump Tower and Donald Trump's apartment building in Manhattan in order to find derogatory information about Trump's ties to Russia, according to Durham. The prosecutor said his investigators have found no evidence to support the information Sussman passed to the CIA. So here it goes. So not only were they spying on him when he was as candidate Trump, they continued to spy on him when he was President Trump. And that's big news. So if they could get away with this, we're in trouble, because it goes here. So I'll just read the article just for the people who just listen, because I know I watch my Rumble and YouTube videos, and sometimes I'm not watching it. So let me read some of this here. Durham leveled the explosive allegation in a court filing Friday as part of the federal case against Sussman. He is charged with lying to the FBI in September 2016 about the extent of his efforts to investigate Trump's ties to Russia. He's also accused of withholding information from the CIA during his February 2017 meeting that undercut the theory of nefarious web links between Trump and Russia. Durham refers to the CIA as Agency 2 throughout the court filings, but news outlets have confirmed the identity of the agency. The court filings show the extent to which Clinton operatives went to portray Trump as an agent of Russia. Sussman's fellow Clinton campaign lawyer, Mark Ellis, commissioned the Steele dossier, which falsely accused Trump of colluding with Russia in order to win the 2016 election. Elias briefed Clinton campaign officials, including current National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, about the investigation of Trump. Sussman and Elias also provided their findings to media outlets in order to prompt investigations into Trump. This is a scandal far greater in scope and magnitude than Watergate, and those who were involved in and knew about the spying operation should be subject to criminal prosecution, Trump said in a statement about Sussman's revelation. So yeah, So here, Jim Jordan, it goes here from this article, says Jim Jordan, Hillary Clinton spying on Trump worse than we thought. Like I said, yes, it is, because it went from candidate to actual President Trump. They were still spying on him. And here is an article from the Daily Wire. Then Director of National Intelligence to Special Counsel Durham, enough evidence to indict multiple people. It goes here, then Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe told Special Counsel John Durham in meetings that there was enough evidence to indict multiple people in his criminal investigation to the origins of FBI's Trump-Russia probe. Sources told Fox News this week that during his meeting with Durham, Ratcliffe, who served as congressman as the former U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Texas, said he believed there was enough evidence in nearly 1,000 pages of material that Ratcliffe turned over to Justice Department to indict multiple people. The report centered around about a report from 2020 about how the FBI forwarded an investigative referral to the FBI regarding allegations that Hillary Clinton had approved the plan concerning U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections as a means of distracting the public from her use of a private email server. So, like I said, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on all of this. Right now it's just court filings, okay? But how is it that this is not anywhere on the radar of the news? Not even in their political section. This is a big story, and it's not getting any play on the mainstream press. I mean, I know why, but just if you have people who are if you have left-leaning friends, if you have liberal friends, show them this. Show them my video, tell them, hey, look, I understand it's Fox News. I'm not saying that this should be front page, on every news station. But the fact that it's not even in the politics section of none of these news organizations, that's a travesty. Because that means people are uninformed about what's going on. But meanwhile, Trump gets impeached over a phone call. And, any allegation, no matter how much it was unfounded, was reported on the news. Didn't matter if it was, unnamed sources, it was unverified. They would report every single allegation. And here we are, with court filings, meaning Durham has evidence enough to file the charges. There is crickets from the media. And that is the problem. That's what goes on every day in the media. And that's why it's disturbing when they want to try to get rid of Fox News, Newsmax, any right-leaning piece of information they want to get rid of. Why? Because they want a monopoly on information. That's why they have this, campaign about miss and disinformation, because they want to be the arbiters of truth. They want to always be at war with Eurasia. It's a 1984 reference for people, because the Ministry of Truth owns, since they're the purveyors of truth, they go back and change who they were at war with, and people just take it as fact because it's it's the Ministry of Truth. Well, that's what we have right now with our modern mainstream media. They're just the Ministry of Truth for one side of the political aisle. They'll run cover on stories. That's why you'll see stuff about Republican reactions to Democrat scandals, Republicans pounce, Republicans concern, stuff like that, where it's always about the Republican response to the Democrats' controversies. It's never about the Democratic controversies. It needs to be spun instead of just giving you the information. So, like I said, I'm not telling you, what Durham is, this guy is going to have his day in court. But obviously, in order for Durham to file these charges, he has to have some evidence, and that evidence will come out. The question will be will the juries convict? That's, because it's DC. They're, it's majority Democrat area, so they're going to get majority Democrat jurors. So the question is, will they be impartial or will they convict on the information? I shouldn't say it that way either, because it makes it seem like if they don't convict, it's, the evidence will come out, and if we see that it's credible, and then the jury doesn't convict, then we know it's just political, and we know that we're screwed, because that means then we are in some sort of cold civil war, because if their factions can't at least agree on the truth, then what hope is there for a non-violent divorce? So, anyways, I'll leave it there. Rican, you can follow me on YouTube and Rumble. You can interact with me on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Telegram, Parler. Like I always say, you name it, I got it. And so with that being said, have a good one. Enjoy your Valentine's Day with your loved ones.